What up, everyone? It's the Aftertouch podcast. It's me, your boy Tyler. Got my boy Taft here. I was like looking for the camera. I was like, that's not the camera. That's not the camera.
Looking at the back of it.
Yeah. And we have an awesome guest today, Aaron Hall.
Oh, hey, how's it going, everybody?
Just make sure you're speaking in the microphone.
Yo.
Yeah.
It's good to be here. Good to be here. So excited.
How was your day, man?
It's been good. It's been stacked. I'm exhausted from this little show I played last night. I went to work. I got dinner with my dad, who's like visiting Orem on a business trip, and now I'm here. And like the rest of the evening is stacked too. I'm gonna be really excited to get to bed tonight, honestly.
Do you have more stuff after this?
Yeah, I do.
Frick.
Yeah, dude.
Dang, no wonder you was asking, how long is this podcast going to go?
Yeah, it's like, I've got Institute at 7. And it's just important to me to attend.
We're gonna make sure.
Spirit.
Okay, so real quick, why? Okay, and besides the spiritual aspects of Institute, you trying to find a female there?
Not really. I mean, like,
I have met some pretty cute girls at Institute.
No,
No.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, here's my honest thoughts. Like, all of Utah County is full of beautiful people. It's kind of upsetting. Like, they're all over the place.
No, yeah, I know what you mean.
It really is. And I don't know. Like, I kind of have these like up and downs when it comes to dating. Like, I'll date like a machine for like 3 or 4 months, like 3 dates a week, like meeting all these like nice girls, and it's great. But then I just get emotionally burnt out, and then I take a break for like 3 or 4 months, and I'm kind of like in that phase right now where I'm kind of like, I'm gonna do me for a minute. I'm gonna spend my money on myself and just kind of like focus on my own goals and everything. So that was a long way to answer your question. No, I'm not looking for a honey.
That was so funny though, like that everyone in Utah County is good looking.
No, really though,
and it's upsetting.
No. I'm from St. George, and there's some beautiful people in St. George. Like Dixie State, like brings some like beautiful people, but I don't know what it is about Utah County. Like when I first arrived here, going to UVU, one of my thoughts was like, "Is this where all like the gorgeous redheads are?" Like I've never seen that many like beautiful redheads in one place in my life. It's just in Utah County. I don't know. Anyway, so beautiful people here. I'm like average. I'm okay, but like.
Tyler, what did you say on the scale? You're like, I'm about a 6.
I'm a strong 5. I'm a strong 5. Good day, I'm a 6. Depending on the outfit and hair, I can get up to tops of 7.
I think I'm about in that range too. It's
and in the dark, if I'm wearing all black, I hit a 9 only because I lose weight.
Yeah, see, it's the problem because like in Utah County, there's a big focus on like fitness, and like you got to be one of those boys that, like hits the gym every day, and you got to have like a killer haircut, and you have to wear like the button ups to go all the way to the top and everything. And I'm like this 5'9" nerdy white guy with glasses. I mean, if you're not impressed with like music or more music, then I'm out of luck. Like, but that's just me. It's just how it is.
Oh man! All right, so Aaron plays music.
Yes.
You had a show last night.
It did. Kind of. I mean, it was an open mic night. I just had an appearance.
Hey, that's good, though. That's, like, doing something at least.
Yeah. I mean, with 2018 just happening, like, here's the thing. I studied public relations in college, so I'm, like, approaching my music this year as a public relations professional, where I have goals set throughout this year. I'm like, okay, I want to play this many shows. I want to record this many singles and, like, 1 EP, and I want to get this many followers on Instagram and Facebook and blah, blah, blah. And I'm, like, setting goals and, like, plans to hit those goals. And I don't know, it's cool that like my public relations profession has like kind of helped with that. So open mic nights, like regular appearances, is like kind of part of that to build my presence and build my brand and everything. So that's why I was at open mic night last night.
Man, in today's world, you just have to constantly entertain. It's like social media. The more content you have, the more likely you'll succeed.
It really is true, though, honestly. I mean, it's just that consistency.
How often do they recommend that you play at the open mic nights?
I talked to the sound lady there last night, and they recommended she said you should probably come at least like once every other week. You know, just to, like establish yourself here. Yeah. As I was thinking, like, oh, maybe once a month, and I'll hit like this other place once a month too.
That's what I was expecting you to say.
But
wow, that's a lot.
Maybe what I'll do is I'll hit Valor. That's the name of the venue I went to last night. Maybe I'll hit there like twice a month, just because I want to become established. It's like the big place to perform in Provo, and
and the roll up.
The roll up. Hey,
if you want a free crepe,
that's on the list. But yeah, that's where like Neon Trees got their start, and Imagine Dragons like has their footprint there too, and it's like they're kind of a big deal. So I kind of want to make sure I visit there often.
Check this
cool.
out. Let's check what my last listened to stuff?
Oh, would you look at that? The Sunrise EP by Aaron Ned. That's me.
Aaron Ned.
That's me.
That's me.
So is it something that you want to like? It sounds like you want to take it more seriously. Is it something that you have a goal though of like
absolutely.
pursuing?
My plan is to be doing music full time in the next 3 years.
Wow.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
That's like.
And so you haven't released a full-length album yet. It's just been EPs and singles.
Well, just one EP.
One
Honestly,
EP.
Honestly, I recorded the EP before I even started fishing for shows. Because, I mean, a lot of the places in the area won't even look at you until you've got some music recorded. So I have a buddy of mine, Nate Standage, who got a degree in commercial music here at UVU. Little home studio, charges a really good fee. So I hit him up about recording an EP. And we just knocked it out. Like, I played every instrument, and we got it recorded over the course of, like, a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't too strenuous in that regard. But it's been on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere. Like, it's streamable everywhere, and it's been like that for the past couple of months. And it has really helped with kind of, like, putting myself out there for fishing for potential shows at different venues. I can say, hey, like, I'm on Spotify, check it out. And right there, they're like, oh, yeah, okay, this guy's for real. Like, he's got stuff.
You have
Yeah.
a music video coming up.
Yes.
What song? Is it
Down.
on there?
Yeah, it's on the
Okay.
Sunrise EP. It's called Down.
That's the one I wanted. Okay, I was because I was listening to it, and then you were like, "Hey guys, I have a new music video," and I was just like, "All right, which one should it be?" And I was just like, "Hope it's not that." Down's the last one, isn't it? It is the last one. See,
It is.
I really listened.
See, oh, thank you so much. See, here's the thing. Like, I feel like all the songs on the EP are pretty strong, and it's pretty cool because like I kicked it out there for everyone who's following me. Like, what song do you want to have a music video of, guys? Like, comment and let me know. And it was fun because everyone had different answers. They're like, oh, I'm Not Your Pedestal's my favorite song. It's so dope. Oh, Tempest Toss is so great. But like, by a hair, Down is the most popular on the EP. Like, that's the one where I get the most comments from people. They're like, dude, that song just makes me feel things. Like, thank you so much for writing that. It's just
I think it has just like that end firework moment where like it builds up to that like
that crescendo. At
yeah,
the
where you're
end.
just like, yes.
Yeah, it comes in with like the drums and the bass
Yeah.
and the orchestra and everything. But yeah, so we are shooting a music video next weekend for that song, and I'll let you guys know how it's gonna go down. Like just especially for you guys. So what we want to do is I've actually a buddy of mine from my mission has like an old piano that he's like he just needs to move, and he said, hey man, I'll let you borrow this for your music video if you help us move it at the end of the day. And I was like, yeah. And he took this picture and sent it to me, and he's like, sorry, this piano isn't very photogenic, it's kind of old, but the picture, it is this beautiful upright piano that had to have been made like decades and decades ago. Like the keys are kind of worn a little bit, and it's like a little scuffed up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that piano is gorgeous. Like,
This is so punk rock.
no. Sure, yeah, punk rock. Okay, but yeah, so we're gonna take it. We want to take it somewhere remote, like kind of like we'll find somewhere maybe up the Alpine Loop, or maybe even go to like Little Sahara, and just put this piano somewhere. And I have a buddy of mine who I studied film with at Dixie State, who's just gonna record a bunch of footage of me playing this song over and over again, stitch it together into a music video, and we'll kick it out there for everybody. So I am very excited, and
You can have a storyline also with it, some B-roll footage.
yeah, probably. I mean, Taylor Timothy, that's the name of the guy who's going to be doing the video. He's really talented when it comes to video
Do you need a
production.
couple? Ran? Sign up? Nope. Okay.
I mean, yeah, if next time I need a couple for music video, I'll let you guys up.
Nope.
Those upright pianos have a really cool tone. So much different than grands,
Yeah,
you know?
they're a lot easier to move than grand
Yeah, exactly.
Like, when I hear an upright piano, I think like I'm walking into an old saloon.
Yes.
Like, the guy's rocking out, you know?
No, seriously, and I think that's so cool too, because like the grand piano kind of has this like this sense of grandeur about it. And it's very classy and it's elegant. But like the upright piano, it seems more. It's like homey and organic.
Yeah.
Like a little rough around the edges.
Totally.
Sometimes they're like a little out of tune or something, but it gives it. I don't know. It gives it a little bit more personality. And to me, it's just beautiful.
No, that's tight. So, everyone, Aaron Ned on Spotify, check it out.
Yes.
And listen to. I personally like Down was my favorite. So
Thank you.
We're glad that the music video is being made. So everyone, the New York Times did that nasty tweet about Thomas S. Monson,
Oh.
our boy Tommy.
Yeah, our boy Tommy.
That was really messed up.
Yeah.
We won't like read the tweet, read it yourself, go on the New York Times, but you had some you had some things to say on the Facebook.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, like, I feel like the Facebook thing kind of like blew up a little bit more than I was anticipating, I was just kind of like giving my thoughts.
Yeah.
And here's my thing. I'm not super butthurt over the New York Times obituary because like it's the way they wrote it is kind of a way that I expected. And it's like, well, the way I look at it is when it comes to like any news outlet, I mean, hopefully this doesn't shatter anyone's universe, but news media, regardless of who it is, whether it's the New York Times or Breitbart or Fox News or the National Enquirer, like everyone's got a target audience. It is a business. They are trying to sell ad space. They're trying to sell you news subscriptions, and they're going to write according to that target audience. So they're going to kind of like word things in a way that you go like, yeah, I agree with that.
It's biased.
It is biased, and everyone is biased. I mean, everyone's looking for unbiased news. Well, I mean, the best thing you can do is kind of just look everywhere, honestly.
That's how you get, because if you're like someone, I was talking with someone, they're like, well, the most unbiased news I think is the Daily Wire. And I was just like, listen, and I was like, I'm a big fan of the Daily Wire and Ben Shapiro. Yeah. But for me to say that it's not biased is completely false. I just like it because I'm like, I agree with that. But if you want like unbiased news, go listen to the Daily Wire, then maybe go hit up CNN and New York Times, and then find the where it meets in the middle. That's where it's true.
And I mean, I kind of lean a little bit more to the right. People tell me that I'm like centrist. I don't know. I feel like I'm just kind of all over the place.
You modern.
But I'm whatever. But I feel like I lean just like a little bit more to the right just because that's like my upbringing. But I find myself doing a lot of reading with these left-leanings news publications. I like the Washington Post, the New York Times. I like the Atlantic a lot, honestly.
Fake news. What's wrong with
all
you?
that
all that fake news.
But with all that being said, I feel like the New York Times, of course, they're going to bring up stuff that has to do with like women in the priesthood and gay marriage because like their audience is really concerned with that kind of stuff. And Thomas Monson is kind of like a barrier to their progress, if you could call it that. So I really wasn't too butthurt over the article. And I know a lot of other Mormons were really upset about it because like this is our prophet, like someone that we look up to and respect. And we know him for his kind and loving nature and his emphasis on serving people and how he spoke at every widow's wedding, every widow's funeral that he served back when he was a bishop in Salt Lake City. Like just an amazing, amazing human being. And the fact that the New York Times kind of like shied away from this aspect, like, well, it's kind of understandable because they're not really catering to Mormons.
They could care less about what he did.
Like that has nothing to do with what they care about and what their audience really cares about. So I don't know, like I wasn't too upset about it, but I'm glad that articles like The Atlantic, McKay Coppins wrote this article for them, and he's a member of the church. He wrote this kind of like obituary talking about like the Mormon side of President Monson and his death. And to me, it felt a lot better just because it kind of like, it was catered more a little to me, I feel.
Who's the next president of the church after Monson?
Russell M.
Yep, Russell M. Nelson.
Yep.
Yeah, he's awesome. World-renowned heart surgeon. He's kind of a big deal.
It'll be sweet. Yeah. Kind of a big deal.
He did heart surgery on my grandpa.
No way?
Yeah.
That's
didn't
awesome.
know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either until I was at his funeral.
How long ago was this?
Oh, like 30 years ago.
Oh, so it was once upon a time. Okay.
Yeah, it was like before like it was an apostle.
Yeah.
I think. No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he wasn't an apostle at the time.
Yeah, because you can't be like practicing full time.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. He's a good guy. That's
yeah.
He's
well, Taff, what did you think about the New York Times Thomas S. Monson thing? Like, did you?
I honestly just saw the headline, but I didn't read it because I already knew. I just saw the major points of them pointing out that this is the man that didn't give women the priesthood, yada yada. And I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, like I wasn't butthurt about it, like you said. So.
Yeah.
I did the same thing as Taft. In fact, and then when they did the rebuttal, the New York Times did their other thing.
That was a waste of time.
I didn't even read it. I just read what you wrote. I was like, thanks for like saving me like the time.
Yeah, I mean, like when I read the rebuttal or whatever, I was like, why did you even publish this?
That's such a waste of like money, and time.
Yeah, I mean, like basically it was just like, we're journalists and we're not sorry, and we published this the best way that we could, so eat it. And like, well, I mean, you're not addressing like the biggest grievance that everyone had is like, why were Fidel Castro and Hugh Hefner's obituaries like nicer than Thomas Monson?
Exactly.
Like a vicious dictator and a pornographer. Like, what's going on? You know, they didn't address that at all. They like those people weren't even brought up. You know, so it was just like
that's my one problem with like
point.
left is like it. You know, I say I'm out of politics. Like I don't like try. I try to like stay away because. You just realize that both sides are just hypocrites.
Oh yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, both sides
Like,
are hypocrites.
Oh my gosh, yes, it's awful.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible.
I hate celebrities currently.
Oh my gosh.
Like
Why do we put so
Currently.
much stock in their opinion?
exactly.
Like,
like
they're just people.
Like Oprah Winfrey's like, oh, I'm gonna run for president. I'm just like, you're so brave for like saying this in front of everyone who agrees with you. Like, congratulations. Like, we're just, like, and then I just feel like this is like it. Like, I feel like there's gonna be. I think at this point in time, there's gonna be. I think that's why like people like things like Daily Wire and like other like upcoming. They're gonna take over the old. You know, so I think celebrities are gonna like. I think people are gonna revolt over celebrities. Just like we're sick of you.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, I don't know.
I want a new wave of just independence to take over the mainstream. Indie to take over the mainstream and become indie. And
when you say like
main.
indies, you mean like indie entertainment in all forms,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
dude, we're heading that direction. We've been heading that direction.
I know, and
like,
I'm seeing like the decline of like, I'm liking it.
yeah.
This. Whatever.
Yeah.
Is this making sense?
Yeah. I see what you're doing. But
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like ever since the advent of the internet, like people have been revolutionizing ways to bring entertainment to people, and it's so much easier for people to set up a podcast in your house and broadcast it to the entire web if they want. You know, so yeah, I feel like celebrity status is definitely going to change. Or if it's not already in that process of changing, because I mean, like you look at Viners and YouTubers. I mean, these aren't people who are making like millions of dollars a year. Some of them are.
That Logan Paul guy made like $12 million last year.
Yeah, for real. And
Not anymore. YouTube just dropped him.
yeah, seriously. Well, I mean, anyway, that's another story. But like people like Rhett and Link. I mean, they've been in the game since 2006, and they are rolling in dough. They're just killing it with the content production game. But yeah, I mean, that's just one aspect, and I feel like the music industry is heading that direction too. Because I mean, Chance the Rapper, Macklemore, like some of these artists aren't signed to major labels at all.
Yeah.
They just like have a manager, and they just took off on Spotify or SoundCloud or whatever, and it's getting.
I think Macklemore he did Bandcamp.
Yeah, did he?
He did band. Yeah, so my aunt is best friends with Ben.
What?
With Macklemore.
That's dope.
With Ben.
Yeah, that's his
First
dad.
name.
So when are you going to bring him on the podcast?
We know him by a first name. We know him by a first name.
That's cool.
Yeah, but yeah, you don't. We had this guy named Gary Robinson. Have you heard of Gary Robinson?
No.
He's a big player in the Provo, Utah scene.
Okay.
Like he knows everyone that's like up and coming in the music scene, and
Doesn't know me though.
What?
He doesn't know me though.
And he's doing this thing called MusicCon Salt Lake.
That sounds
And
dope.
it's like a Comic-Con but for musicians.
What?
In February 2nd and 3rd.
I need this in my life.
You should go.
I should put this in my calendar right now.
And there's gonna be like concerts, but he was just saying how like you don't need a record label anymore.
You don't.
Like that's like you just have to build your following.
Mm-hmm. Like I mean, even look at local bands. You guys know Foreign Figures, right?
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're not signed to any label right now, but all of them are doing music full time. Like that is their job, you know. And they're like our age, you know, just working full time musicians, and like I think like half of them are married and stuff, and like it's totally approachable. So for me to say like I want to do this in 3 years, like yeah, I think it's totally possible. It could
How
happen.
old are you, Aaron?
I'm 26.
26.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, I'm an old man for young single adults.
We're all ancient in here.
We're all in the same
all in the same
place.
boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys feel me. You feel me.
I feel you.
Totally.
Yeah, everyone just looks at them and go, "Oh, what expired goods? What happened to them?"
Yeah, it's weird to think in 4 years it'll be like, I
30.
guess I'm going to the young adults ward, like adult ward.
But that's this is only a problem though in Utah.
Yeah.
Because if you were anywhere else in the world, they'd be like, "What are you doing getting married?" Like so young.
Yeah,
you have your whole
seriously.
life ahead of you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like you guys should be doing your podcast full time and not worry about girls. You could be doing music. Don't worry about girls. Just like worry about yourself.
Yeah, yeah, and sometimes like I want to listen to those voices. Yeah, just worry about myself.
It's so appealing.
Yeah, but I feel like it's natural to want that companionship and everything. But
Oh, yeah.
it'll happen when it happens. I'm not too stressed about it right now.
Because you're on a dating hiatus.
I'm on
right
a
now.
hiatus right now. It's like, honeys, I'm sorry. You're gonna, it's been a little much. If you want to hang out with AA Ron, just like hit me up. Hit me up, but I'm not gonna be pursuing. Not right now.
What is all right? So like clearly like you go on these like nice like runs like these like kill streaks like boom boom take,
Yeah.
and then you need to take a break.
Yeah.
What is causing you to take this break besides the exhaustion and the money? Why are these kill streaks not like being held on.
What I've found is like the kill streaks, usually it happens when I go on a date with like a really dope girl. Like she's so cool and we like get along super well and she's beautiful, and we'll have like a couple of dates that are super fun, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is cool, like maybe this is going somewhere, and then they disappear, and it's like typical ghosting or whatever. And that's usually what sets me off, because like at that point I'm already tired and I'm spending a lot of money, and I'm like, well, if it doesn't work out with this girl, then I'm gonna take a break, and then it never works out with that girl. So I'm like, well, all right then, I'm just taking a break for now. It's okay. We'll see how it is.
And it's emotionally tiring if you like are like thinking about this person. You're like, oh my gosh, and you're like, she's so awesome, and you're constantly thinking about her, and then like it just like.
Yeah.
She like, I don't know, disappears, because you never know where they go.
Yeah, for real.
Like, did they go on like a hike? Are they studying karate in China?
Was she kidnapped? I gotta rescue her.
I will find you. Taft, girls disappearing. Where do they go, man?
I have no idea. Probably to other guys. They want attention from as many guys as possible.
Yeah,
probably.
What could fix the Provo dating culture, man?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Like,
because do you think it's a problem that everyone is upsettingly beautiful?
No, here's
Which is the funniest thing I think has been said in a long time on the podcast. Everyone is beautiful here, and it's upsetting.
I don't know. I can't speak for everyone, but I guess people are just indecisive. I feel like in the Provo dating culture, it's just kind of like, well, I don't know if there's just someone better for me around the corner. And it's like, I feel like that's what plagues people a lot here. And it's not just girls too. I mean, like I suffer from that. I mean, I have that issue too, but it's just there's so many options of people here. You've got like 100,000 plus young single adults. Well, maybe that's not it. No. Okay. I'm tired, guys. It's like probably half that number. You know,
it sounded legit.
Yeah. Let's just go with that. 100,000.
Yeah.
There's a lot of options here when it comes to like people you might be interested in, people you want to date, and I just feel like maybe people are just a little indecisive, and maybe they kind of freak out, and I don't know. It's an individual thing. I can't speak for Utah County as a whole, I guess.
No, you can't. You're the spokesperson. You're now the new spokesperson.
The new spokesperson.
Well, as a PR professional, I know like I need to conduct some research. I gotta get some like surveys going out so I can like have some data before I can actually.
You've got data on all the dates, man. On all these kill streaks.
I'm just one sample, man. Like I gotta get more. Anyway, but no, I don't know what it is. But I feel like the indecisiveness does play a big part.
What is your ideal then female?
My ideal female?
Yeah. What's your ideal female?
Jeez, I don't know, man. Like my criteria is like I want someone who could be a best friend. You know, like a girl I just want to hang out with all the time. It's just we connect and we just love being with each other, and I think that's awesome. I mean, she's got to be beautiful. Like how
you got to be attracted to her.
I know, like attracted to her, and also like I just want her to be like solid in the gospel and like just love the good Lord and make church a priority and all that good stuff. Those are my big three. Honestly, those are the three things I look for. So I don't feel like I'm a super picky person, but it's that number one that gets me all the time. Like, is this person like my best friend?
Could you hang out with them every single day and not want to punch them in the face?
Yeah. I mean, like, I get exhausted with people. I get exhausted with people occasionally just because, like, I'm an extrovert for the most part, but I get tired and I'm like, I need to recharge. And, like, the thought of, like, wanting to hang out with one person, like, every day is like, what? That's crazy. Like,
yeah.
You know? Yeah. But yeah, it's hard for me to connect with people on like a best friend level.
Yeah, I was dating this girl. I think I've told the story on the podcast, but I'll say it again.
Well, I haven't heard it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but like I went out with her. Like I have this rule, like you gotta go out at least 3 times to make a decision.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's like my rule because I feel like the first date you just don't know.
Yeah.
You know, second one, you know, there could be some rocky, and third one you can finalize. So this is like the 7th date.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I'm just like.
Things are getting pretty serious.
No, no. I like went in there here like, okay, you know, I think I want to like end this because I just like I'm just losing my mind, but I need to just make sure maybe I'm just like being stupid. Mm-hmm. You know that FOMO fear, like maybe I'm just like not looking at the good. So we're eating at this restaurant and she is just gabbing the whole time, and I just had this. She got her Alfredo pasta, and I just had this thought, which made me laugh, which is when I got caught. But I was just like, what if I grabbed her face and mushed it in the Alfredo and just held her down? And then I was just like, I'll just feel her head shake. You know, she's losing air. and then I'll
Oh
let
my
go.
gosh, man.
I know.
That's
And
pretty
I
dark.
and then I know it's so dark. And then we ended the date, and I was driving, and I was so relieved to be like away from her, and I was like, this is it. We're like,
Yeah, that's
I never like. That's how you know. Like that's what I mean. Like if I don't want to mush your face in like Alfredo.
Does she pass the Alfredo test?
Yeah, just like everyone should start doing that. Just like on the third date, hey, can we get some Alfredo and then just like watch them eat it?
You got. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That's so funny.
Would it be cool if she played Breath of the Wild with you?
Of course. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Dude, if a girl is into Zelda, that's major points. Like if we
It
can
is.
talk about Ocarina of Time and Breath of the Wild, like, honey, you're already halfway to my heart. Like,
You didn't like Majora's Mask?
no, I liked Majora's. Here's the thing. I haven't played Majora's Mask since I was like 11 years old, okay? And that game is kind of like emotionally heavy. It's kind of dark, you know?
And it's a time limit. You
Yes.
got 3 days, and it's like
So it's so like anxiety inducing, and I'm like, I got to do this in 3 days. Oh my gosh! So it was kind of overwhelming to me as a kid. It sucked the fun out of it for me. Like it was a great game, but I never beat it because I just the 3
it's
days.
stressful.
It was stressful, but like Ocarina of Time was like my #1 favorite game for like 15 years until I played The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild on Nintendo Switch.
I saw the article you posted about how Breath of the Wild can teach children lessons.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
No, like
it's interesting.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I read through it.
Talk about it, and I want to learn.
No, so Polygon published this article. This writer for the website. He said he listed like 10 things that that Breath of the Wild teaches his kid. Like, I want my kid to play Breath of the Wild because it teaches him these lessons. And it was like resourcefulness, common sense, preparation, stuff like that. And I've thought that to myself while I'm playing this game, because I mean, most Zelda games, most video games, I find like they have like a really like strict narrative that kind of holds your hand. It kind of like, okay,
yeah.
you did this, now you need to go here and do this as well, you know? And it kind of like takes you along, okay, I'm gonna go on this adventure, and you just go do it, you know? But with Breath of the Wild, you have like maybe like this 3 or 4 hour period where you're on the Great Plateau, you beat a few shrines, you get your paraglider, and then it's kind of like, go get it. You have the whole world available to you, and it's like, go freaking figure it out. And when I was first playing, I was like, what? Like, where? I guess I'll head this way and hope to find something. And you do.
And you find stuff all the
Yes.
time.
Yes.
It's like constant stimulation, endorphins to your brain. Like, oh,
Yeah. It's brilliantly designed. I mean, it doesn't hold your hand. And I mean, you have to be wary of things like the weather and your stamina, and like you're got to be hunting and foraging for food along the way to replenish your health. And when it comes to like rupees and money, you don't just like find rupees in bushes anymore. Like you need to mine ore and go into town and sell them in order to get money for the things you want. It's like this vibrant world that you're a part of, and it's frightening because you don't know what's going to come around the corner and totally destroy you. Like, remember your first time fighting a Lionel?
oh gosh, yeah, so intimidating.
Yeah. It's like, what's that thing? I'm going to shoot an arrow at it.
Yeah.
And then it charges you down, and you're like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And you just run for your life, and it's still shooting at you with its element arrows.
Tyler's only played the game here in my place.
Really?
Yeah, I've
But
scraped
he
the
doesn't have a
surface.
Switch. You don't have a Switch.
See, I don't have a
a
Switch. I'm not
Nintendo.
like a Nintendo. Like my Zelda experiences have been okay. I'm actually when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to play Zelda, not because it wasn't like because it was violent, because of my obsession with Zelda. So my first Zelda game I ever played was on the Game Boy. There was the Link. There was
Link's Awakening?
no
A Link to
Oracle
the-
of Ages and Oracle of
Oh,
Time. Do you remember those?
Dude, I had Oracle of Ages.
Yeah, I had Oracle of Ages, and it was so like it didn't hold your hand, so you were constantly just like, and I was so obsessed with it. And I remember my mom would take it away,
And you'd be like,
and then I'd throw a fit, and then I'd find it, and then I would scour like, where did she put it? And then she had to come up with like so many different hiding spots. But I found them all, and I would play them, and then I'd put them back in, and it just became this huge obsession. Like, and then we got Twilight Princess
oh, dude,
on the Wii,
yes.
and I was just like.
No, that game consumed me too.
Yeah, and then I was just like, I can't do this. And then I thought Skyrim maybe would be different.
Uh-huh.
And then Skyrim took up 100+ hours of my life.
You mean Skyward Sword?
No, I'm going I'm not talking about Zelda anymore.
Oh,
I'm talking
okay,
about Skyrim.
See, I haven't played Skyrim
You
yet.
haven't played Skyrim?
And like,
It's on the Switch now.
Yeah, but I don't need another game that's gonna consume
So here's
me.
the thing.
Yeah.
I have music to write.
Like Skyrim is like so consuming. And then when I came and played it with Taft, I didn't know anything about Breath of the Wild.
Oh gosh.
And I'm just like, wait, this is open world. You can do all these things. The mechanics are like like some parts are simpler than Skyrim. Some parts are more intense than Skyrim. And I was just like, I could just see like do it.
The cogs turning in
Yeah,
his
just
mind.
I legit have looked at getting a Switch because of Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that's
'cause
an amazing game.
I saw Taft play it. I'm just like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
No, here's the thing. I'm going to try to convert you right now because like I bought a Switch just so I could play Zelda. Okay, like my friend let me borrow his Switch because it was like I was really starting to get back into music, and I was like, do I buy a new guitar or do I buy a Switch?
Oh no!
and like I chose to get the guitar because like that's an investment. Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
playing shows.
Okay,
and
so you
recording
got the
stuff.
guitar. I thought you were gonna hit
but,
the Switch.
But then my homeboy Braden hit me up on Twitter. Or I deleted my Twitter, by the way. I'm not on Twitter anymore. And he said, "Hey, like I've got a Nintendo Switch, but like me and my wife hardly ever play it. Like, do you want to borrow it for a month or two while you play Zelda and just like see if you like it?" And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I borrowed his Switch, and it was one of those where like every day at work, I was just looking forward to coming home and playing Zelda. Like, and I would play it for hours. Like, I would be like, hop on at like 6 o'clock in the evening after dinner. And I'm like, I'll play for like a couple hours and I'll take care of these things. And then I'm up until 1 in the morning playing Zelda still. You know, I'm like, I need to go to sleep. I have work tomorrow morning. So after that, after I returned the Switch back to my buddy Braden, I went out and bought my own Switch just so I could keep playing Zelda. I didn't settle, Tyler. I got the guitar and I got the Switch because Zelda is that good. So I'm going to extend an invitation to you.
Oh gosh,
Tyler, will you promise to strongly consider getting Breath of the Wild on Nintendo Switch? I promise that if you do, you'll be blessed with hours and hours of entertainment.
I don't need a Switch, dude. Right now, I am so consumed. I had to have Ren, my girlfriend here, take my controllers away for like 2 days.
Oh, really?
My PlayStation controllers.
Oh, he's bad, huh?
Because I've just been obsessed with Fortnite.
Oh, I heard it's fun.
Yeah. So like,
Now he's gonna
if
try
I
to
had
convert
so like
you.
in like. Just, I'm obsessed with games where you can do anything.
Okay.
Like, that's why I gravitate towards, like, Skyrim, Metal Gear Solid 5,
Yeah.
Ghost Recon, all open world games, and I just know, and I never ever beat the open world ones because I just get distracted by my own thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could do the mission, or I could see if I get to the top of the tower and jump off. And I think that would be a lot more fun. So I know that if I got Breath of the Wild, I'd be like, I should go find some shrines. Or I will climb up to the top of the mountain and I will then parachute down, and I find that so enjoyable.
It
just
is
like,
enjoyable.
Yeah,
It is.
and
Yeah.
it's gorgeous to look at
It's
while
so
you do
beautiful.
it.
No. There was a time there's like a camera thing you can use on Zelda, and for a while I was just on a photography trip in Breath of the Wild. Like I was treating it. I'm a photographer too, so I was treating it like a photographer.
But you use a
I would-
Sony.
I would.
That's awesome.
In the game, I would wait until golden hour,
Oh my
like in the game, and I would go to these like beautiful vistas in the game, and I would frame the shot how I wanted, and I would adjust the focal length in the game. Like, yeah, that's right. Like, I love how like
That is
this
amazing.
backlight is catching like the edge of the tree right here. This is just beautiful. But the game won't let you save it. Like I wanted to like put it on my photography portfolio. It
That'd be
wouldn't let
awesome.
me.
Hey, business person, check out my photo.
And I took this dope picture of a bokoblin that was about to attack me.
Yeah.
That's like the back is all like fuzzied out and in the bokeh, and it's just like just yelling at me like, this is such a great picture. But I like risked my life to get it.
Yeah.
So anyway,
That
like,
is
Breath
awesome.
of the Wild is so fun on so many levels.
I remember
you gotta
taking a
get it.
selfie in that game like once, and it's like in those hot springs by
Yeah.
Death Mountain.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just wearing the trunks. Just the trunks, and that's it.
You know that Link can like pose depending. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can like do different things.
yeah.
It's hilarious.
No, it's like it's amazing how they've packed so much into that game. And
Yeah.
have you played the DLC yet?
No,
The
I
Champions-
haven't.
the
I'd like to though.
Okay, the Champions Ballad is hard,
Yeah.
and like, excuse me, the Trial of the Sword stuff is
Mm-hmm.
hard. Like, this is by far the most challenging Zelda yet. Because like near the beginning of the game, when you're first getting started off with like your weapons and you have like 3 hearts and stuff, like just about anything can kill you. Like, so you really have to like work
Yeah.
hard and get your stuff.
And you
leveled
start out
up.
with nothing.
Yeah,
like
with
you have
nothing.
to scrounge.
Your first
for
weapon is
everything.
a tree branch that you like pick up on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's super challenging. It's engaging. It's charming. It's beautiful. It's the best game I've ever played, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's intense.
But I mean, I've never played Skyrim or anything. Like, here's my thing. I kind of lean towards cuter games. I've never been like a fan of like the super gritty, violent, like you know, M-rated whatever. I had Halo when I was growing up, and I love that game. But like Skyrim to me is like it's just too serious. I don't know. Like I thought about playing it, but I'm like it just looks too serious. I want something that's charming. That's
It depends on like who's playing it. Like you can like. I watched some guy on YouTube and he collected everything that he found and then he just shoves it all in a room. And like on YouTube it was just like Skyrim hoarders. And so when you open the door, it's just like everything he's collected. Like you can grab anything. You go into a house, he'll take all the books, the pots, the silverware,
pretty funny.
and then he'll just chuck it in this room. Oh yeah.
The closest thing you can do to that in Breath of the Wild is like in one of the villages, you can actually buy your own house.
Did you ever buy a house, Taft?
I did.
Yeah.
I didn't like go super into it though.
No, go super into it because in Hatino
Go
Village,
super into it.
Yeah, because here's the thing: like the carpenter that you like buy the house
Yeah,
from,
yeah.
like you can buy mounts for like your weapons and shields.
Oh
and
no,
stuff.
I did start doing
Okay,
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I keep all my biggest, baddest weapons and shields like at my house. So if I'm gonna go like Lionel hunting, like fighting the biggest, baddest things in the game, I'll go to my house, get my biggest, baddest weapons, and I'm on my merry way, man.
I'm on my merry way.
Yeah, but like all those side quests, you can like build an entire village from scratch, and you're a homeowner. And the only time I'll ever be a homeowner is in Zelda. But it's so fun. There's so many different things you could do. It's
Yeah.
I want to go home and play it now. You guys got me on this Zelda.
Don't go to Institute, man. Just play Zelda. Or
Devil's
hey,
advocate.
maybe you meet a girl and you go, with this passion that you have, tell her about Zelda. Invite her to come over and play.
Yeah, if she ain't interested, she ain't the one. She
Yeah.
ain't the one.
So it's the best video game you've played.
Yeah.
Have you ever played Uncharted?
Oh no, I haven't. I heard
dang
it's
it.
so sick.
Uncharted is really good.
Yeah.
That's really
Taff got
good.
me on those games, and I beat the first 3 in 2 weeks.
Oh, awesome. No, my 3 addictions right now. I haven't been a gamer, honestly, but ever since I picked up the Switch like a few months ago, I've been like buying games and playing all the time. Anyway, but like my addictions right now, like Breath of the Wild, you know, yeah, it's awesome. Mario Odyssey.
That is an amazing
so
game.
Fun.
Yeah,
it is
so
just,
fun.
I'm like giddy as I play it because there's so many surprises. And
Oh,
it's
totally,
so
yeah.
lovable, and it's just oh my gosh. And Stardew Valley. Okay.
I've never played that.
Okay, guys. All right. It's like the Super Nintendo style game where all you do is farm. Just have a farm.
Oh my
You
gosh,
just-
that's what I thought. Yeah. I was like, I think he's gonna say it's like Farmville.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you just
I never
farm.
played Farmville, so I don't know what to compare it to. But you just like the whole premise of the game is like your grandfather like leaves you the will to like some like decrepit farm in this place called Stardew Valley. You get sick of your fast-paced city life, and you just decide to move out to this farm and start cleaning it up and start farming. So yeah, you spend your first few days in the game just kind of like cutting away brush and like chopping down trees on your property, but then you like start planting crops and you get livestock, you interact with the people in the town, you go mining, you go fishing. It is super chill.
Sounds
Super
like a
chill.
Hallmark episode. You leave the city life and go to the farm.
Yeah, and you can actually marry someone in the game too. There are like single people in the
Frick.
town.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
you
Wow.
like, give them gifts
You
like a
married
couple
yet?
times. No, not yet. I'm like halfway with this girl named Penny. Like she's
Oh, you gotta work towards it.
yeah, you can, dude. Of course you gotta work towards it, Tyler. You think someone just like hands you a girlfriend? Like this isn't
Sims,
this
I would
isn't
just-
Johnny Lingo, man. You gotta work for it.
Oh my gosh, that's there is something about those games, and I think how they connect with like I'm about to get like deep, like humans. Like I feel like those kind of farming games, like where like you can just have like the freedom to create. I feel like we
Yes.
all connect. Like Minecraft. You ever play Minecraft?
No, that's another game where I can't play or I will get addicted.
Yeah.
I'm positive.
I've watched people play it, and I've been
The stuff
entertained,
that people
entertained
have
just
built.
watching it.
I
It's
played.
insane.
I watched my little brothers play once, and I was just like, "This is stupid. You guys are dumb." And then they went to school, and then I was like, "Well, you know, let me taste the taste." And I was addicted.
You ain't tasting the taste. You're having the feast.
Oh
man.
my gosh, I was playing nonstop, just
Chowing
building
down.
stuff, and it was so much fun. And I feel like I could farm. I'm a farmer. I'm
Yeah.
a carpenter.
Yeah.
It's in my blood.
No, playing Stardew Valley for my first week, I was like, I should quit my job and just have a farm. I should like go farm. I should totally just get a farm.
You know how to.
Yeah.
And like now you can take your dating skills and put them into like practice in the real world.
Oh my gosh, video games, guys. Anyway, yeah. But no, those 3 games are like my jam right now. And Rocket League. We play Rocket League at work all the time.
Oh, I bet that's way fun.
Rocket League is so addicting as
Dude,
well.
it's so fun. Lunch every day. We spend that hour. We get a quick thing to eat, and then we just Rocket League for like the next 45 minutes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, that game is so much fun.
Do you feel like though video games takes away though from your productivity?
Oh, absolutely. Because I mean, like, I really have to make it a point to like, okay, I go to work, I come home, I work for at least an hour on music, and I do that. And then, like, I try to keep video games, like, the extra thing. Like, if I have time at the end of the day, I'll play some games. But, yeah, I try to stay focused on, like, music and other things that I'm trying to focus on.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Gosh, did you just notice how the mood in the room just went down? Because we're speaking reality now. We're not speaking fun. Like,
reality can be fun. You just got to make it fun.
yeah,
You can knit that on
that's a
doily and
good
hang it up.
perspective. But isn't it just such a downer that something so fun and enjoyable can be so time consuming and like take away from your productivity?
You could play a game and all of a sudden you're like, wow, that was 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like, it felt so good.
Or if, in the case of Breath of the Wild, it's, oh my gosh, that was 9 hours.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's a whole day.
Yeah.
And that's when you think, do I buy a camera and start streaming myself playing?
Just trying to be a Twitch streamer. I don't know, but I'm not cute enough, so I wouldn't be able to.
Don't tell me that those Twitch streamers are cute. I've seen some of them. They're grody.
I don't know, man. Like, I just
Maybe he's thinking more of the personality behind it, like
That's
trying to
probably it.
entertain them.
I know a lot of
But there's
cosplayers like do
there's
that,
some
but-
YouTubers that get millions of views though, just from their gameplay.
Oh, yeah,
That guy we were watching yesterday wasn't like the most like hunk dude.
Yeah.
I know that PewDiePie. That's how he got his start. Like, he was just playing video games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Listen, I think you either got to be really funny or have big boobs to be a streamer.
Preferably both.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you're,
Big moves if you're a man.
you need the
Oh,
biggest.
yikes. Anyway, that's a great image. Thanks, Taft. That's fantastic.
Mhm.
So what are your plans then? So how do you then keep? What are your plans then on how to get, like, you said your plans to like get more followers?
Yeah.
How are you planning on even how does one do such a thing?
Well, I mean, I need to play more shows. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had like a legit show as Aaron Ned yet. I mean, I played this house show down in St. George like last month, and that was really fun. But this year, I'm really hustling with trying to get real live shows going on. Like, I have a Google sheet I'll put together of like most of the major venues in the Provo, Salt Lake area, and like their contact information. And I've been pitching people like, hey, I'm looking for a show in March or April. Do you guys have an opening? Like that kind of thing. Here's my Spotify link. Go listen to my music. Tell me what you think. So yeah, I mean, it's just.
Would you play by yourself or would you try to get a band?
I'm putting together a band right now. I mean, it's nice being a solo artist because I'm flexible. Like, if they're having like a solo acoustic showcase, like my gig next month at the Rad Shack, that works out because it's just me. It'll be just me and my guitar, and that's cool. But there's some songs like "I'm Not Your Pedestal" that are like very up tempo blues rock that are going to need a band. Like, I wouldn't play that just acoustic. It doesn't fit.
It'd ruin it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm putting together a band. I used to be in a pop punk band like a year ago called Maybe Famous, and the drummer from that band has already agreed. Like, oh yeah, dude, I'll totally play drums for you. Awesome. So I mean, right now I'm kind of on the prowl for a bass player, because good bass players are actually kind of hard to find, So I'm looking around trying to find someone, and once we have like a 3-piece going on, I'll feel pretty confident. We can do some shows with 3-piece if anything. But yeah, that's kind of the plan right now.
Do you run into any like psychological obstacles with just going out and looking for people that you don't really know yet, and then oh, I'm stuck with this person, I gotta just mold and work with them?
Not really. I mean, I really don't have that much problem approaching people I don't know. Like, I'm fairly outgoing in that regard.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like you kind of audition people. That's what we did with Maybe Famous last year. I mean, it was my buddy Dallin and I, and we were looking for a drummer, and that's when Carter kind of hit us up on Facebook, and he was like, I've been playing drums my whole life. Like, could I play with you guys sometime? So we kind of like had a jam session as an audition, because like you're not just looking for someone to play an instrument with you. I mean, you want to get along with this person. You want to be a friend with them. And Carter was cool. Like, we got along with him really well. He was super chill, and we were just like, okay, yeah, we're a band now. And we started writing music and performing around town, and it was fun. So yeah, it would be that kind of same thing. I would want to like hang out and jam with them a little bit and just kind of like get a feeling for like how they are as a person, and take it from there.
Would you ever think about just like, because I know you went to a studio, what would you like make? What about like recording at your own house? Like, what if you just got the equipment? Because like everyone has like a home studio stuff
You know,
these days.
I did that back when I was in high school. I had like a little Frankenstein kind of studio set up. I had some like cheap microphones and like a mixer that I plugged into my computer, and I recorded like my first 2 albums by myself. Like I played all the instruments and I recorded it. And like did my attempt at mixing and mastering, but like I had no idea what I was doing. Like I was doing the very best that I could, but I wasn't a professional by any means.
Yeah.
And I just feel a lot better reaching out to someone who like has a degree in it or like works at a studio because I mean there are like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment, and these people know how to work it, and I don't. So I mean, yeah, I could spend all that money to get my own home studio, but first off, right now I don't have any place to put that stuff, and secondly, like it would take
so long to learn it.
Yeah, forever to learn it and to figure it out, and you know, it would just be a hassle.
Yeah.
So I'll just go to studios in this foreseeable future.
Where can we find you? Give us the handles.
So my Instagram is at Aaron Ned Music, like Aaron Ned Music. And yeah, I'm on Facebook too. Just Aaron. I think that's the same handle too. Actually, if you like Facebook.com/Aaron Ned Music, that's where you'll find my music account. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
And then hit him up on Spotify.
Apple Music, Google Play. I'm all over the place. Just search Aaron Ned. The EP is the Sunrise EP, and it's a great fun to listen to. It's a great album.
Final question. Apple or PC?
PC.
There we go. There we go.
PC. I like the quick answer.
My,
Aaron?
my dad's a computer programmer, so I grew up like with someone in the house knowing how to work computers, so Macs are great if you want something simple, but if you kind of know what you're doing, PC is the way to go.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know. Thanks so much, Aaron, for coming on.
Hey, my
It's
pleasure.
good having you.
Yeah,